Hey, welcome back to the channel, people. You already know the deal. It's your boy, Ant Live, and we back up in this thing for a new swing. So, we got this girl. Who that? That DoorDash girl who tried to accuse that dude. Alright, so let's get this intro going real quick. Alright, so DoorDash girl just came up with a story, walked up in old boy's crib while he was passed out on the couch. Yeah, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. And then she tried to play victim. That's how they always do. But we gonna check out old boy. He got a little reaction, and I was like, yeah, he on point with it. So let's see what he talking about.
DoorDash girl has come back into everybody's algorithm because she just got out of court a few days ago. And for anyone who's not clued in on DoorDash girl, let me just give you the cliff notes. Woman gets on social media screaming that she's the victim of a crime, and her employer, the police, and the social media platform that she posted all of this information on didn't care enough about her and have instead punished her while supporting the man.
The Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me.
This is her last post, published October 26th, 2 weeks after her now deleted video causing this controversy. Working as a driver for delivery service DoorDash, Henderson claimed she was dropping off a food order when through the customer's door, saw him on the couch naked. After posting her footage, she reported the incident to Oswego police as
some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true.
Investigators determined
That's crazy. She went straight to the cops. She told them what happened. Like she ain't do nothing wrong. Like she ain't do nothing wrong. She bold. She real bold. Let's get back in there.
the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see. So police criminally charged Henderson with 2 counts related to unlawful surveillance. Court documents accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
And to all those that have been supportive of me during this time, thank you so much.
For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
Livy, do you want to say anything about what happened?
That's her version of the story. But when you get her employer's statement about it, it makes her look stupid because you then realize she posted a video of a man's naked body on social media, which last time I checked is a crime and is something you cannot do, especially on these social media platforms, because I believe they have a rule as to nudity and how it's not supposed to be on their platforms. But for some reason, people excuse that because they instead want to jump through certain hoops instead of all the hoops in making sure that they got the story right. And with her being in court for the first time, it'll trickle down into evidence, testimonies, all these different things to ultimately reach the conclusion of guilty or not guilty. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm pulling for guilty because no matter how much.
And who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be pulling for guilty? She pushed the dude's door open. Like he was knocked out. He ain't know what was going on. And then you try to play victim? Like, what are we doing?
much anyone will willingly try, put a pin in that. You cannot post a man's nuts on social media and expect roses, celebrations, and a bunch of confetti. It's time to pull that pin out I mentioned 10 seconds ago, because wouldn't you know it, in a story that is seemingly as cut and dry as it possibly can be, there are people today still trying their hardest to defend DoorDash girl while seemingly ignoring or trying to skip past or trying to make it not a big deal as the reason as to why we're here in the fucking first place.
So Olivia Henderson, infamously known as DoorDash Girl on social media, had her first court appearance today. Now, before y'all irritate me, which I know is 100% the plan 100% of the time, I still stand firm on my stance that it was weird that he was sitting there with the door open with no clothes on. Still think it's weird. Now, should she have recorded him and put it on social media? Probably not.
No, dummy. The answer is no. Not probably, not not when you think about it. The answer is no, because she's in court because of this. She's in this predicament because of her fuck up and deciding that it was more important to get clicks on social media than it was to actually be here in the moment, making sure that it's documented what happened to you. You need to be actually certain of what's going on in your life before you broadcast it to social media, before you break the terms of service that you agreed to be on the platform. Because if it wasn't for that, she would probably have more people on her side. If she would have sat there and just gave it to the police and gave it to DoorDash, never bringing this to social media, never showing the video to social media, she would be perfectly fine. Some people would have called her stupid. Some people would have said she was dragging it. But overall, guess what she wouldn't be in? Court.
Now, I know everyone is going to...
Yeah, that's exactly what she is. Hold on, gang. What's going on over here? Yeah, she really just made a fool of herself. She out here doing DoorDash. She's, you're gonna see some weird stuff. You pushed the envelope. You went out there and said, "Hey, what's going on here? Maybe I could get some clout." That's what I really think she did. That's what I really think she did. Because why else would she go out her way to do all of this? Why? No, no, I'm not gonna hold you. We gonna get back into this thing, huh?
think that this is the big gotcha moment that they were looking for, however, and. Whether or not it was legally considered SA, it was still inappropriate, it was still strange behavior, and he still shouldn't have done it. Now, as you heard, they're saying he was intoxicated, and that's why he in fact had no clothes on and left the door open. But we're also not going to pretend like these systems that are run and governed by men are not weird and will often blame women for something that happened to them. Like, we're just not going to ignore that fact.
So this corrupt justice system that only protects and defends men and makes women out to be the losers when they report things that happen to them, never get anything right, or always fail in the subject matter, but conveniently dedicated time to investigating this, making sure that they got statements from the person who called the police and the person they had to investigate, came back to the realization that things don't line up here, gave a warning to the man saying, hey, if this becomes a recurrent thing, we're going to have to deal with you, and also made sure to dot their I's and cross their T's to see that this woman broadcasted this to social media, which is not to the terms of service and without consent. So now it's against the law, and you're trying to make it out to be the justice system, the big, evil, bad justice system, which gets things wrong, by the way. In this instance, they're trying to hold a woman down. No, you belligerently stupid guy. The problem here is her and her stupid actions and how it led to her being in court. It is not the evil justice system punishing a woman. It's her being held accountable for something nobody else who's trying to defend her would do. Because I don't really see anybody sitting here saying, you know what, next time I feel uncomfortable around a man, I'm going to post his naked body on social media for everybody to see. Nobody's doing it. None of y'all are putting forth your best effort and standing by it. It's almost like you want to talk about the story, but not talk about why we're here in full, just so that you can run around and say, man, bad, system never defend women, system always out to get women, system always want to make the women seem like they're the evil ones, with a story of a woman posting a man's nuts on social media. Oh my God, I'm going to say that a lot throughout this video.
God.
This
that's crazy,
game,
guys.
you're not ready for it.
Society we live in today,
I don't care. I
There we
feel so
go.
bad for the DoorDash girl.
huh?
I feel so bad for her. I already know people are gonna be in the comments like, thank fucking God, bitch, you're not a lawyer. Thank God you're not a judge, because what are you talking about? I don't give a fuck. We all can agree what she did was legal. That's not even the question. What she did was illegal. Recording somebody in that way is illegal, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't believe the intent behind what she did was malicious. And if her lawyer is smart, they will play up on emotion and how she felt during that time. Yes.
in her head.
Because
You
how many
know
times will you see
exactly
people
how
do
she
illegal
felt,
shit, but then you
right?
think to yourself, okay, but I get why they did that.
What you just heard is, and I'm gonna be
Would
frank,
you have
sometimes
done
I
that?
come across as very mean when I say things and when I critique things.
Yeah, that's the question. Would she have done that in her place? Young lady, would you have done that? Given that situation, that position, you're saying you get why she did it. Would you have done that? No, you wouldn't. That's why you're talking about it now. So that whole argument, like, oh, I get why she did it. Yeah, yeah. You're safely outside talking about what you get while she's locked the fuck up somewhere. Yep, I get it too. Fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Let me try to get this thing back up.
Things and I talk about things. So what I'm about to describe what you just heard as is, I'm gonna warn you, very mean. Fucking stupid. Because if we take the last guy and talk about how the justice system is not really catering to women or favoring women in certain scenarios, why don't we bring up that guy Jesse Butler, who violated two 16-year-olds, and instead of getting 78 years, which he should have gotten longer than, he got community service. And we think about, oh, well, where was he in a headspace mentally at the time he was violating and choking these young girls? We must think about that. You see how stupid I sound? That's the logic she's trying to put in with this. Well, let's take another example. A school shooting. Gruesome situation where kids, teachers end up dead. Families are panicking. Families are mourning. Families are worried. Families are scared. And then you got, well, let's think about the mindset of the shooter and making sure that we understand where they were mentally at the time. You see how stupid I sound? That's the logic.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. I I get where this guy's coming from. He's making a lot of sense. A lot of sense. And we just gotta take it for what it is. You see a lot of BS, just gotta call it out. Cause that's what it is. It's BS. Even that girl just advocating for her, that's ridiculous to me. Cause you know what, she wouldn't do the same thing, in my opinion. Yeah. Yep. No.
This woman is trying to get in your head as to why, well, she's in the right for what she did. And I stand behind DoorDash girl, because me getting on social media and screaming like a banshee about how no one cares about my story, even though legally it will put you in a bind because you're not supposed to do what you did. I must think about your mental state at this time, because mentally, how did it feel recording a man's body and posting it to social media? Oh my God, how did it feel in that moment?
This is a man's world. I'm
Oh.
the victim.
Sound like a song I heard.
It's stupid this thought process created by people trying to defend her, because it's not based in any actual informative sound. It's based around, fuck it, I'm bored and this is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
The guy who shot the man who essayed his kid, yeah, that's illegal to shoot and kill somebody, but you just essayed my kid. So I'm riled up with emotion. I'm going to do what I think feels best in this moment. I'm going to take your life. Yeah. And when you think about it, like, yes, people like that will obviously still get charged because you're not right for what you did. But in my head, because I followed this whole thing from the start, she recorded, and she specifically stated she recorded because she had already done things the right way. She had already reported it to the police. She had already reported it to DoorDash. And the response was there was nothing that the police could do about any of it. And then DoorDash took down her account after reporting it. So her next best idea was to put this on the internet for public opinion. All I'm saying is, I ride for my girl. Is she still going to go to jail? Is there a chance she's still going to get a felony charge out of all of this? Possibly so. Possibly so.
That's your protest.
But that does not mean what the guy did was right. That's all I'm going to say.
He did nothing. He was sleeping.
If there is e-discovery and they provide ring footage of the day of the incident, and it is proven that she broke and entered and she opened the door to his living area and recorded him, he is a victim. That changes the story, and I take back everything I said. If that is not the case, I ride with my girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how you guys try to twist and turn, and I don't give a fuck, honey. Because let's go through this case by case from the very beginning. Let's go through this step by step, right? She approaches the porch. She puts down the food. The camera pans up to the man to her left on the couch, bottom half naked, covering his face. She is visibly shaken and states, "Oh my God, this guy just exposed himself to me." She later goes on to say that she posted the video because she reported it to the police. The police said, obviously, there's nothing we can do. Sorry, sweetheart. Reported it to DoorDash. DoorDash bans her account and does not give her the money that she worked for that day. So not only did a man allegedly expose himself to you without your consent, with his door open, but now the income that you worked for, was just now taken from you. Your only job was taken from you. And it wasn't until she posted that video before DoorDash said anything, reinstated her account and banned the guy's account. Again, I am not saying that she is 100% innocent right now. We have to see how the case plays out. We got to see the evidence that's brought. We got to hear both sides, see what is said. It is likely that she will still get charged, but I hope that her lawyer tries. I hope that he at least tries to get her a reduced charge, maybe, and see what happens, because I fully get what transpired and why it transpired, and while what she did was not of the law, was not lawful, things happen like that all the time. That's all I'm saying.
This guy got drunk, left his door open, passed out, and somewhere in the middle of all of that, ordered DoorDash. These are the 4 things he's done that apparently are not right. And for some reason, I'm supposed to look at that and think, I guess, that you are somehow less in the wrong for recording him and posting it online without his consent. When I think about that, and when I say that out loud, that doesn't really make any fucking sense, because I do believe people should be drinking responsibly, not to the point where you're passing out, but drink in a manner that is to your comfort, but make sure that you're okay in the long run, because whether if you're at home, the bar, anywhere, I don't think you should be getting drunk to the point where you pass out. That's a little bit unsafe. And do I think you should be leaving your door open? No, that's another version of unsafe. When we're factoring in these things, and then we think about the added notion of a woman coming up to the door, delivering food, recording the man's nuts and posting it online, that's another layer of unsafe. That's not that man's phone. That's that woman who wanted to get a little bit of social media recognition and a little bit of clout off of a story that she
that
deemed
guy
was
got the
unfair to
props. Hold
her
on.
because she got
Leaving
punished,
his
even
fucking
though,
door
based on this
open.
woman's timeline, which is wrong, it would have to explain that DoorDash knew about it and then fired her before she posted it on social media, which then makes their statement about how they fired her because she posted it on social media not make sense. Oh, your timeline of this doesn't make any fucking sense because it's wrong, and I'm gonna believe DoorDash because their statement proves that she's dumb as fuck for what she did and why she got fired.
Yeah, I'll believe DoorDash because yeah, she did it. We all seen it or heard about it, and the facts are the facts. Facts are the facts, people. I just said, I am sorry. You cannot be delusional like old girl. That's fucking crazy. Oh, I'm with her, but I wouldn't do it. But I'm still with her. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done. All right, gang.